When I confronted my mother about the things that happened to me.
That is a great video, and I really recommend you go back and watch the whole video from the creator. The Narcissist Prayer is eye-opening, but it really made me think about the overall effects this kind of stuff has had in my life. And as you know, I've started telling some of my stories. Well, this, of course, did happen once I became an adult, and, all the excuses, that's not how I remember it. I must have been a bad mom, so feel bad. All of the things. But where this really affected my life in a really toxic manner outside of my relationship with my mom is the fact that I had been raised this way. And what I mean is they don't wait till you move out to say it for the first time. Whenever something happened, I go, oh yeah, you said this. No, I didn't. No, I didn't say that. You're lying. You're mean. You are making it up. That's not how I remember it. And this would happen all the time growing up. You said I could go outside and play. No, I didn't. You're in trouble for going outside without permission. I seriously had that happen more than once with me. I went outside to play in the front yard with my friend. Why are you outside? I came looking for you. And it developed to the point that when other people would lie to me, other people would misrepresent what happened, I assumed I was at fault. I assumed that I was unreliable as a memory. And frankly, this paves the way for people to abuse that. And people kind of could walk on me if they realized it. And how this was really brought to my attention was actually after I got married. Now, I married a wonderful man who got a whole head case for a wife, and I feel bad for him in many ways. And it was one of those things of, it's clear between me and my husband, I have a better memory. And when I say that, I mean, I remember my potty training. I remember random things very clearly. And so we were having, a conversation about this, that, or the other. And I said, oh, didn't you say you wanted to X, Y, or Z? And he's like, I don't remember that. Maybe. I said, oh, I was probably wrong. And then another time it happened, we're nerds, clearly nerd mom's life. We're talking about recalling something we saw on TV. And so finally I said, oh, I must be wrong. I just must be wrong. Because let's be clear, when I got married, I avoided any kind of conflict that I was afraid would make him not like me. No. I never mind. I must be wrong. And he looks at me, and seriously, this grown man looks at his grown wife and says, do you forget things a lot? What do you mean? Well, I mean, do you doubt your memory? Do you doubt what you hear in conversations? Do you feel like you're not hearing words right? What's going on? Because you do this a lot, where as soon as anyone has any question for anything, you just go, oh, I must be wrong. Do you worry about your memory? And I kind of started recounting my childhood. And the only place I really heard this was in my family. I never really heard this from teachers. I never heard this questioning anywhere else other than in my family. And he just looks at me and he goes, she lies a lot and doesn't like being called on it. And it was like the first time in my life I just went, I'm not unreliable. I'm not a flake. I'm not looking to make people look bad. I'm not cruel. I'm not deceptive. I'm not crazy. Because I would like say, but Mom, I remember you told me this. And she's like, no, I didn't. Or I remember a birthday and facts from something or another that wasn't even really making her look bad. It was just not what she wanted to claim was reality. Because let's be clear, in every memory my mother had, my childhood was a glowing, shimmering specter of delight. And I backed off because I never wanted people to think I was being mean or I was setting them up to make them look bad or that I was lying about them. And I'm so glad and grateful that I married a wonderful man who caught that and never exploited it, who called me on it. But I also look at people I know who are victimized and how much their toxic relationships with their parents set them up for it in just this relatively little way. I'm glad I'm not quite as bad about that. I still can be if I'm really emotional, but yeah. And frankly, I have a pretty good memory. I may not remember your name, but I will remember some of the most insane details you tell me about things. Yeah, but that is a side effect from being raised by that kind of narcissistic, toxic person. that I just was not looking for or expecting. I don't know. That's my story for today. Peace out. Talk to you later.